Hello, my lovely. Hi there, it's us again, except it's me and Perry tonight. Ooh, Pear's doing something weird there. Hang on. Because the monster's wandering around, whereas Perry wanted cuddles, didn't you? Oh, Monster's back. Hey, yo. Now that Perry's having cuddles, Monster wants cuddles, don't you? You got FOMO. That's what you have. FOMO. Anywho, we are here again to deep breath, talk about starting stage 3 of the grand plan. Yep, we are out competing again. Ooh. And it's fair to say it's been a bit nerve-wracking. We started stage 3 basically because I was procrastinating. Hey, Perry. I was procrastinating and I think basically just wanted to stay at school and have more and more lessons and didn't feel ready and basically got told, just go and do it. So we did. And I think it's fair to say that I usually at competitions basically panic. I freeze, my brain goes to mush, even more so than normal. I tense up, I forget to ride, and then surprisingly, Monty doesn't jump that well, or at all sometimes. So training had been going really well, and I knew that, and we had loads more tools, or I had loads more tools to be able to deal with issues as they arose and to be able to ride whatever horse I happened to get on the day. So we decided to ease ourselves back into it with with a clear round competition first. So we have the competition courses, but without the pressure of an actual competition. So off we go. I decided I would enter the 80 and the 90. May have been somewhat overconfident. It took me over 3 minutes to try and calm him down. He was napping, going sideways, bucking, and to be honest, I gave up and just went for it. But of course, what I didn't do is then prepare the going for it properly. So we stopped. And we had pretty much carnage most of the way around. I'm still not riding him forward. I'm definitely in this looking really unconfident going round. He's jumping big and running off with me, and I'm not being quick enough to bring him back. I mean, I could go on. So shot past jump 2, had to come back round again. And then even there, I can see I'm pulling him, like slowing him down. So don't know if, because we were fighting beforehand and then into the corner and round, did he actually even notice the jump until right in front of it? I don't know. But then, nearly came off then. But then we lost our confidence, or I lost my confidence, and he therefore went, not sure. So repeatedly tried to jump this double. And I think this may be where my doubles issue has come from, which has been a theme recently. So this may have been the start of it. Yeah, I mean, I'm just not like riding him into it confidently. I'm not riding him forward. I think I'm still giving him like whoa with the hands and not enough go with the legs. And no wonder he's like, what on earth? So beauty of these training kind of competitions, the clear rounds, is that they do let you skip fences if you need to. They'll help with putting them down. So it is, as it says, it's a really good way to practice, which is just as well. Stopped at that one. I think at this point I had to give myself a kick up the backside because I was obviously losing my confidence more and more, and it was a case of either just stop or sort yourself out. So kick up the backside for me, and we did eventually get over that one. Yep. But then you can hear me like, whoa, whoa, as if he's going too fast, and he's not. But I am unnerved, I think is probably the best way to describe it. Now, ironically, we jumped that first time. Come back to that in a bit. And then another double. And again, not enough power around the corner, not enough impulsion, probably wasn't balancing in properly, probably didn't see it in time. I mean, there's all sorts that undoubtedly I was doing there, given what issues we've had with our jumping. But he did get over it then. And then another one off the corner. And then I think we jumped the last few okay. And I think my overall reflection on this is there's lots going wrong. So to say I was a bit deflated after that would have been an understatement. I went back to the trailer, or we went back to the trailer, and contemplated just driving home after that. But I rang husband, aka unpaid coach, who talked to me about the fact that it'd been 5 months since we'd been out competing. That it was okay, therefore, that the monster was getting a bit excited. And actually, I knew how to ride that now. I just needed to, not panic and think about it. And that it was also okay for me to be a bit rusty. And that was the point of going to the clear round competition, to dust off all of those massive, great big cobwebs. And why didn't I see whether I could jump the 80 again instead of going straight into the 90 and see how it went? Give over. So that is what we did. So here is second attempt at the 80. I'm still not sure I set him up properly for this. I think I probably went, jump. My default is to panic. And then here's the double off the corner. And I think at this point even I'm actually going, he gets the double, which he's undoubtedly picking up on. And every time I stop, I panic and just rush to get him over again, which generally doesn't work that brilliantly. I decide to skip this again and move on. Lots more woeing rather than going from me again. Right, now this is the jump. Straight over last time. Nope. I don't know whether because we went straight over it, did I not ride it properly? But no, I can't decide if was I tipping forward and off balancing him. Anyway, third time lucky. But we missed the next fence. So round we come again. So we went over that double, no problem. I'm not entirely convinced I did anything different. Back round to the corner and oh goodness me. Lovely lady asked if I'd like to put the front rail down or the back rail down, can't remember which, to just help him get over. At this point I was like, yep, please. But then we did jump the last few quite, oh no. Oh, obviously I felt I was pegging it too fast for that last one and I've had to come round again. Didn't look that fast on the video. Obviously panicking. And then I come round to try the double again, which she has taken one of the rails down for me. And we get over it. Yay. So that was the 80, second time round. Thought we could have got over it better, but hey ho. But I did decide that we would do the 90. I would put my brave pants on and give it a go. So I did third time round, I think about getting a better start to the first jump, taking a bit more time, try and establish the canter better. But we did hit it. He got very excited and we shot past number 2 again. Back round we come. Just point out I jumped that double first time round there. Yay! And it felt round this last few that actually he was jumping, we were jumping really well. So, was I complacent? I don't know. There are some kind of commonalities to some of the jumps we've had problems at, and some just like, I don't know, I don't get it. Which not obviously, but probably means that it's me and how I am riding that's the issue. I'm not quite sure why I do know why I'm trotting him here. I think I was probably like trying to keep him calm, but that's not going to get him over that jump, is it? Goodness, woman, get a grip. I think then I have kicked myself up the backside again here and said, come on, we need to jump this. So we approach it with a lot more canter. And yay! Oh, squidged. I don't know where we're going. Oh, I think we might have missed number 5. 6, whichever one. We missed the next jump, we came around it too quick. And that's one of the issues. When I do get the power and impulsion, we haven't got enough control at the same time to be able to, or I'm not quick enough to be able to utilise that power to get it to the right fence in time. So it is a bit chaotic. Oh, and then we stop at that fence again. Went over it first time last time, stopped it at that time. I suspect I was still in woe more than go after that very exuberant jump a couple of times ago. Anyway, over it next time. Slight sideways manoeuvring then. Definitely not quick enough to be getting him back to the right counter lead. Canter lead even. But we did go over that blue spread the first time and then jumped the last few pretty nicely. And I think that was my takeaway from this. There was lots that we need to do better, lots to improve on, as always. But when we did jump, actually the jumping was pretty nice and it didn't feel scary or that we were unable to jump 80 and 90. So we did a lot of reflection and analysis with my paid coach at the next training session that we had. And we put some strategies in place for the competition that I had, I think it was the week after. So here we go. I had played it safe, I've got to be honest, and entered the 70 as well as the 80 and the 90, which I was a bit hesitant about, but given that these competitions were about getting us back out there, back at it, more of a training exercise than anything else, I thought we'd give it a go. So he definitely backed off this first one, and I definitely rode him. And I'd say that's probably the key improvement that I made from the training competitions, the clear rounds, to coming out into this one. I was actively and positively holding his hand and riding him around the course. And consequently, he was jumping really nicely, including this double. Yay! I mean, he definitely looks at them. So our double issue's not over. Just a little teaser there for things to come in the future. The warm-up, I forgot to say, he was a little bit feisty, just with lots of other horses, but in comparison to the week before, it felt a lot more controlled. And I know this was only 70, but it was so nice to feel confident, to feel like we could actually do this. And he felt really rideable. So we finished and we finish clear, and we go 5th. So we come back in and we do the 80 centimetre, and made sure I did a proper start, got him going forward. And this just looks as confident as it felt. I feel like we are really going forward, really jumping. Still a little bit lucky at that double, but we got over it. Oh, I was a little bit forward there, but managed it. Oh, and then I forgot the course. Oh, it was going so well. I unbelievably, given that 8 is right in front of 7, I jumped 7 and my mind went blank. And I just carried straight on. So came round and jumped it again. And we finished. Yay! Apart from my idiotic mistake. So we go into the 90, and I was feeling confident, but I am wondering whether we were both starting to get a bit tired now, because it was a little bit chaotic with poles flying left, right and centre. I mean, that's a slight exaggeration, but it did feel like we hit a lot of poles. And then there's another one. So maybe I didn't have enough leg on, maybe we weren't going forward enough on this round. But given the previous 2 rounds, it just felt like maybe he'd had enough. So even when we did jump some of them quite big, I was then struggling to kind of bring him back to me. And then I think the combination of the last 2 big jumps, where I couldn't get him back to me, I ended up stopping him, to be honest, in front of that one. I did them all whoa then go again. And over the last. So we got back out again for our riding club. We went to the British Riding Club show jumping qualifiers, I think it was. I had entered the 80 and the 90, and this is the 80. And I think it's fair to say he was a little bit of a speedy demon this day. I seem to remember that the warm-up, he was not listening at all. He was definitely on one. Very energetic, let's go for. So control, I wasn't necessarily feeling as much of on this occasion. But we were definitely forward into the jumps. just not very well. I don't know. We've only knocked one so far, although having seen this back again, it's not the most careful of rounds. I'm surprised we've only had one down so far. And those with eagle eyes will have spotted this is the same venue as the previous competition, with a slightly different course, and that was deliberate on my part in terms of the practice and feeling confident to get back out. One I think just went then. So that's 2. Finally looks like he is actually starting to listen to me now. You know, no, only what, a couple more jumps to the end, but we'll get there eventually. Still a bit hesitant at the double. So that was the 80. It was a little bit haphazard and he wasn't really listening, but we got round and we only had 2 poles down. So actually, for us, that is a pretty good round. And now we come on to the 90, and I have just halted him then in the entry to the course, just to try and get him to calm down and listen. We had a nice number 1 jump. Jump number 2, okay. And then we come off this corner, and there's a definite thing about the corner, coming off the corner to a jump. I think that I often am holding him back or not powering him up enough to feel like he can jump or should jump or seize it in time. Oh, did it again. I also wonder whether if I was focused more on the woe than the go and therefore not helping him ride the jumps properly. Ugh, more poles, lots more poles. And then we come up to the penultimate fence. Oh, and there's that sound. That's the bell for elimination. So even though I'm sure most people would have seen those rounds as pretty poor, actually I am really pleased, having looked at them, reflected and analysed all of the bits that went well as the bits that didn't with my coach, both the paid one and the unpaid one. There are some definite areas of progress and still areas of improvement, but I can work on those. And I would say that we have started stage 3 with a solid 3 on the ride measurement system. I feel like we are more confident, lacking a bit in consistency, so I just need to work on being more consistent in how I ride him. So there we go, that's it for now. Hope hopefully you found that interesting or helpful in some way. And if you did, then obviously please do like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe so you don't miss out on the next installment of stage 3, which is when we start jumping solids again. I mean,